Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday stream. Um, I will set up the camera now. Just some technical issues with the camera. So we are trying to set that up. Okay, we are audible. I hope you trade safe during CPI. We will discuss CPI today. So do not forget to like and subscribe. Um, I hope you're good, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the last trading the close. Trade the close with me. Trying to set the camera setup. Alarm set. Hold on. Because now the camera is not showing. So, but if it wants to give us a problem, we will continue without it. I hope you're good, ladies and gentlemen. So what are you doing to my land? Okay, Malanda, come take this one. You said you don't want. No, I'm giving Malanda. I said no, I'm giving Malanda. I said no, I'm giving Malanda. You learn to share. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Continue without the video. Uh, the issue does not want to get fixed. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. I honestly don't know what happened there. But for the day trading, all the areas that I want to look at the market are marked. I hope you trade YCPI today. Oh, come on, man. Oh, I have a solution. Flambo, can you please leave Malanda alone? Leave Malanda alone. So, yeah, we will get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to discuss today. Post CPI. Oh, God. Technical issues. Welcome to my world. It happens to the best of us. So, come, come, come. When I give you my phone, Malala does not come and bother you. Please leave Malala alone and use your phone. Charge it. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah? Sorry, guys. I'm fighting with my kids here. How do I do this? How do I deal with the camera environment? Okay, I'm gonna try for the last time because wow. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Uh, Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I'm delaying the stream, but things happen when we're about to stream, so we gotta side it out and we'll speak about the market now. Okay, I'll do that. Let me do it. Just gonna quickly reset my camera system and then we start afresh. Okay, if it fails now, we are continuing. Siyakuyiga wima. Okay, let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. This thing doesn't run away at all. It's just refusing to work, so we have to continue. The other way that I have to do is a mission. Just doesn't run away. So it will make us end the stream. Oh, it is working. Wow, you guys don't tell me. Okay, so uh let's quickly do what we're looking for today. I'll quickly explain and then we go to uh the analysis of all and speak about the market. You know, I love speaking about the market. So I just wanted to take, so I just want to see the market taking out the 4-hour low as a form of sweep of liquidity on S&P 500 or one of them as Nasdaq. Come sweep that, and I'm gonna start to look for higher prices because already it is reacting on the 4-hour favor. I mean on the 1 hour favor look up. Even though it looks like the 1 hour is rejecting, swap that. If the 1 hour come, this 1 hour candle come maybe and close above there, then maybe we could look for a continuation to the upside. But my main plan today it's for it to take out this 4-hour low that I marked here as a form of drag liquidity to get something like this, to get a low and look back to go back to the upside. I think I'm more interested in getting something like that. Um, if I get that direction, I think I will be a happy man in terms of Nasdaq and S&P 500. Um, so I think there's nothing else besides looking for that. Even though you were to look at the 5 minutes time frame, it held that order block, come sweep this low, which it will sweep the AM session low, take out the AM session low and get a move like that. But while waiting, I think it gives us time to speak about CPI. So today we had CPI in the AM session. So I think this is a very good opportunity to discuss CPI and everything that happened today in the market. So, where do we start? Where do we start? Okay, let's start here. Let's speak about. Oh, come on. So, today, inflation data was released in the AM session. What's happening? Data was released in the AM session, and just need to look at if it exactly the point. So, if you were not with us yesterday, you can go back to the yesterday stream. One thing I said was, what Julian want to see is for CPI to come out looking like that. So by the CPI, same as expectation, I don't think it is a problem for me. This doesn't really say the Fed will cut rates now in January. But however, it's good because now this will in the 2.7%, same as the forecast. Literally, it says the Fed will still have to focus on to save the jobs data. To save the jobs data, their rate cards are mainly focused on the labor market, not necessarily looking at inflation. Yeah. Hmm. Even though inflation is still a problem, I'm not saying the inflation is still not a problem, but inflation is still a problem. However, with this data today, it literally says inflation is stable. It's not skyrocketing, but remember, inflation target is 2%. Hmm. Sorry, inflation target is 2%. So we will love to see lower inflation coming back close to 2%. But for now, I think I'm happy with the 2.7%, same expectation. So that the rate cuts, because remember, we're still expecting the rate cuts to save the labor market. And I think yesterday I spoke about when you look at CPI or inflation now, you have to look at concurrently with the labor market because the labor market in the US getting out of hand. It's not looking good. So the Fed will cut rates just to save, um, the labor market, and I think that will pump in money so that more jobs will be open and that the consumers will now start buying more. That contributes to the GDP growth of the country. Sorry, guys, I'm in a lot. I think I was playing training for the first time for the year. I went to play soccer today for the first time in 2 months. So yeah. Uh, so that was CPI today. But hmm, looking at CPI, let's look at the market heat map. Is it the market heat map? Am I at the right place? Sometimes I get confused with. Oh God. Ah, sometimes I get confused. What I'm looking for is economic data. No man. What am I looking for? I'm looking for economic heat map. Oh God. Okay. What I want to discuss growth data. Come on. Where are my top scanners? There's something wrong with the H500 today. What's happening here? No, there is something that I'm not seeing. Okay, yeah, economic heat map, yes. I'm not getting what I'm looking for, so guys, you have to pardon me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But as I said, inflation data came out the same as expected. The labor market is still a problem. We're expecting rate cuts within the first quarter. One rate cut. For me, my prediction is one rate cut. One rate. I need to apologize, guys. So for my expectations, 100 cut for the first quarter. So that's what we are seeing here. And what I'm looking for, it's not here, and I hate it. But anyway, I don't know what happened to the market heat map. Not looking for the heat map. Not not looking for the heat map. There's something wrong with the H finder today. So, oh come on, it's clicking the wrong things. Here's what I'm looking for. Sorry. Okay. So when you look at the recent macros that came out, you look at NFP was lower than expected, no, uh-uh. Which was lower than expected. Anyway, we look at NFP was lower than expected, ADP lower than expected, Jolts opening lower than expected, and I said the Feds are there to save the labor market. And when you look at that, its impact, when you look at NFP, ADP jobs opening, it's bearish for both the stock and the dollar. And the reason being is uh, the labor market is important for the strength of the dollar as much as it's important for the stocks. Reason being is you get more people that are working, they contribute towards the GDP growth, they start spending. So basically, there's consumer spending. Once there is consumer spending, you get to have good participation in the market, and there is economic growth that is happening. That is happening. So that is why we tend to see this one very bearish. However, also on the ninth, unemployment rate it came out slower, with jobs opening quite low. You need to see more jobs opening, ADP, NFP. So the job market is not as stable. However, today's CPI came out the same. As I said, today's CPI came out the same. Its impact, it's just neutral because nothing has happened with CPI. And when you compare the US heat map and with EU, you find that the euro it's very bullish. Unemployment rate it came out lower, even though it's quite higher than the US, but this is in terms of its economy and its currency impact. You look at unemployment rate came lower than expected. That was bullish. PPI indication of inflation came out lower than expected, which is bullish for the currency but bearish for the dollar. We're getting lower CPI, so lower CPI is good. But now PPI and CPI, oh, thank God. Now CPI, here is the thing. Within the European Union, CPI is exactly at their target, which is 2%. And if we start to see it coming, rallying back to the upside, towards 3%, maybe the Fed will cut rate. I mean, will increase it. But however, if it starts falling below 2% towards 1%, they have to continue cutting rates. So that's something we need to be watching on with with the European Union. But anyway, with that, we still have a lot to discuss. Let's just look at the top setup and then we'll speak about anything that happened in the market in the US and in South Africa. So, top setup, yeah. So, GBP AUD, your USD ZAR. So, these are the only bullish pairs that we have. And when you look at in the top setup, we have lost a lot of ground with Nasdaq and CPI. Am I saying the right thing? With Nasdaq or with US indices? And that might be coming from the fact that let's just quickly include neutral and then we discuss it. But today, I am tired. Uh, you look at Nasdaq, you look at trend, still bullish, seasonality, still bullish. However, you look at CPI, it was neutral today, but when you look at other macros, you really can see that Nasdaq has lost ground. You have inflation that is stable. Feds are likely to cut rates, which is good for indices. Feds are likely to cut rates, which is good for indices. However, uh, other possibilities that you need to look at that we might have lost ground is sentimental analysis. When you look at the retail positioning, this it's very interesting. I think where is the put to call ratio? Um, oh God, I want to look at the put to call ratio. Anyway, the put to call ratio is very bullish. So that's one thing that we need to look at. When the put to call ratio is very bullish, so the hedge fund tends to mark that as when the retail sentiment is very bullish, retail and then hedge fund mark that as negative, as we know that retail are just, should I call it market chasers? So they're always late into the market. So that is why we consider that market chasers. But look, they've changed the output and how it looks, this hedge finder, and just making me the like um, sentimental sentiment, crowd sentiment. Here we go. Put to call ratio. So look at put call ratio. We're gonna look at put to call ratio for Nasdaq and S&P 500. That's when you see it to realize that if it's very bullish, I start being conscious. Oh, interesting. Very. Now it came back to the bearish side. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it came back to the bearish side. Let me look at Nasdaq. It's interesting. This high put volume, which is a very bearish. Maybe I could start to set up for longs. Interesting when I look at this put to call ratio. But let's look at retail sentiments now and see how they are standing. Retail sentiment, look at that. S&P 500 and Nasdaq, they are very bearish now. So I'm going to start to look for longs on S&P 500 and Nasdaq. However, with that being said, it's not part of the top setup. They are not part of the top setup, so I'm not going to bother buying it. But let's look at things that are on the top setup and look at the technicals, things that I'll be looking for on the technicals. And one thing which I think it's very important to note is that the NZD is doing quite well with Euro CHF on the better side of GBP AUD and China 50. So those are things that I'm gonna look at. Gold is still bullish, but let's start with NZD JPY. Oh God. I'll tell you guys, I am tired. GBP AUD is very bearish. Let's see if there is any bearish thing. That one thing I don't like, yes, it is reacting on this resistant area. I just don't like. Okay, if it comes back all the way up to hold this for our support, I might definitely consider for short. Yeah, I will consider all shorts. So if it comes back, the GBP AUD comes back all the way up to this resistant area, I will consider I will consider looking for shorts on GBP AUD, while NZD it's very bullish. Let's look at NZD JPY. It's not technically, I don't like it, but if it comes back all the way down to this support area, I am definitely gonna look to long NZD JPY, given the fact that it still appears in our top setup on the H funder. If it still appears, we're gonna look for this long as it retraces back lower. Once take out that low, hold that support, and I'm gonna look for I'm gonna look for the continuation to the upside with NZDJPY. Um, Also, what's interesting is silver and gold are still bullish because of the uncertainties in the market. And yesterday I did discuss that John Powell is under investigation because the market reacted in a certain way. And also earlier on in the video, we did discuss about CPI. So interestingly, there's a few things that are pushing gold and silver to the upside. Um, so Euro JPY is bullish as well. Euro CHF is not something that I normally trade, but we're gonna look at it as well. I am really interested in seeing how its reaction to it's like. So let's look at Euro JPY. So Euro JPY, we look to be trending to the upside. Still, the trend is still holding. Can I get a move? Perhaps back to that support, and I'm gonna look for longs as well. Still looking for longs, still not doubting the possibility of longs. Come back, come back, react on that support, look for longs there on Euro JPY because it's still giving a very strong bullish signal. And then NZD USD and Nikkei, so and China 50. I think those are when I am gonna discuss, and then we speak of on what's been happening in the market today. NZDJP and NZDUSD, as I said, it is still holding that support. But for me, if it's still gonna, New Zealand is gonna be strong, the New Zealand currency is gonna still be strong. In the currency form, perhaps look for a move like that. Look for a lower retracement, which gives a good risk to reward. I know it's been trending to the lower side, change market structure shift. You get a move like that. Um, anyway, it breaks above the old trend, breaks above. Can it retest this extreme low here, which will provide a good risk to reward? I am going to look for longs. In the indices side, the only indices that it's bullish, it's China as a China ETF, which is bullish. China ETF, I think I've already marked that I'm looking for that low. I am looking for a lower retracement to hold support, while Nikkei, while the Japanese Nikkei on the other side is still bullish. Can it come back, also hold that support, and perhaps I am gonna consider looking for I am gonna consider looking for longs as well. So these are the possibility of all the trades that I potentially gonna be looking like for English for the rest of the week. Um, I just don't like other student pairs that I don't normally trade, like Euro CHF. I'm just gonna look at it, but it is the most bullish one. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to jump on and ask. I just don't like, yeah, I just don't like this because at some point you go into the trade and you're caught up here. Yes, Klompo. Huh? What? There's no cake. Show me. There's no cake in the fridge. Go check. There's no cake, Landa. Oh, kids. Please ask Nini to do you watermelon. Ask Nini to give you watermelon. I said ask Nini to give you. Yes, ask Nini to give you watermelon. Oh, sorry, guys. You know how frustrating it is arguing with a 4-year-old that tells you that he said please. Oh, God. A 4-year-old. He's telling me that I said please, and I'm asking him to go ask. Anyway, uh, yeah, but also I do love SA Top 40 Index. Been doing well, man. The SA Top 40 Index. Look at that. Look at that. Um, Today it's up 0.7%, but it's been doing extremely well. It's been holding support very well. Look at that. It's moving with gold, man. The SH40 index, it's a beast. Eh? Yes, Ababa. Fumpo, are you bored? Is there no Zimba here that you can eat? And I said I'm okay. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry about that. As I explained yesterday, that's how we will be trading. I'll be fighting with my 4-year-old and my 3-year-old, my 2-year-old. Okay, let's go ahead, guys. And I think I've discussed everything that I wanted to discuss. Let's go back. Let's just quickly look at how far we from our marked areas, and then we're gonna speak about something else. We're gonna speak about the market today. Okay. Look, I don't like the fact that. Okay, no problem. Look, if you want to be jumpy and do everything, you'll want to force a trade on this support, yeah. One will want to force a trade because it's holding that support and say, why don't I try get a trade here as a super? But as I said, the only time I'm gonna enter a trade is to get something like this. Take the AM session low. Once it takes the AM session low, perhaps I am gonna look for a trade. So I've already marked that low as well. Unless it comes out and take out that high and look for higher prices into that high. And then maybe that's something else that could change my plan for the day. But I've already marked that. So you know me, man. This year we're doing it slightly different. We're not gonna waste time on certain things. I gotta check this now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So we're gonna discuss very important things, what has been happening in the market and any other news that has been happening in the market. Just responding to this one. Okay. Do not forget to like. Look what I'm doing. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Okay. Oh God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. Okay. On our continuation, let's go and speak about on what has been happening in the market. Uh, Welcome to the news part of it. What? Okay, let's start here. So, in the JSE today, Ah, okay. They said today I was playing soccer. So I'm feeling my legs that I might have a muscle pull today. I hope I'll sleep. Anyway, today on the JSE, so the top gainers for the day on the JSE, you have Sasol, Goldfield, you have Aspen Pharmacy, you have Valterra Platinum and Northern Platinum, with Sasol closed the day at 4.6% up, and Goldfield at 3.7%, Aspen at 2.5%, with Valterra and Platinum at 1.96 and 1.86 respectively. On the big losers, we have Standard Bank with 2.25% down, Mr. Price 2.12% down, Sanlam 1.6 down, Absa and Old Mutual 1.59 and 1.19% down. So that's how the Johannesburg Stock Exchange closed today, for which I am interested in seeing I am more now interested in seeing how Sasol is doing. I do hold shares in Sasol. I bought when it was 90 rand. Look at that. So, oh, I forgot I even traded Sasol from that low to take out that high. Uh, when you look at Sasol today, we're still holding that support that I marked previously. Sombuburekile nini. We're still holding that support that I marked previously to look for higher prices. So you could have added more shares as it comes back lower here. Because that's so basically, let me mark this properly as we're speaking about our top gainers today. Here's my thing. So you could have added on 181 rand per share, and I think the target overall for the for the first quarter, I would say, between this month and next month for Sasol will be 128 rand, 82 cents. I think that will be the target for now. Coming to back to that support of 181 rand 57 cent, that will be something that you could have added positions there for Sasol to in, continue holding shares in Sasol. I think I'm a true believer of Sasol right now. Things are really turning for Sasol. But as a top gainer, so the last one, I think I'll just check the top two. Goldfield. I'm not going to even look at the new field. So Goldfield. Let's see the reaction on the Goldfield for the day. Where did Goldfield bounce and look for a move to the upside as well? So Goldfield. So the current target, I think it went back to the current target of 81 rand. Or 81, 800, or 81 rand, 19 cents as a target. I thought for me, I was looking for 55 rand 82 7 cents as a support area to look for more position to the upside. Though we could say there is still more room to come back to these areas. But now, given the fact that it's broken above, if this daily closes like this, you could look to still say, but it's broken up. Can I enter position there, stop loss below there, and look for a move to the upside on Goldfield? That's a possibility that of something that you could be looking into. Someone is calling. Quickly check this, and then we can discuss other things. Oh, shucks, I've not been listening. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry about that. So on the other side, China limits Nvidia chip purchases to special circumstances. Information reports. The information reported last week that China had asked some companies to hold their orders for H200 chips as it looked to prioritize domestic firms in their race to dominate AI. I will be interested to see how Nvidia. Look at this. I will be interested in seeing how the Nvidia reacted with this news. Let's just quickly look at silver and its reaction with this news. Uh, so Nvidia for the day, it's up 0.2% after the news by China. It's really nothing hectic or nothing to worry about at all. Maybe I thought you could see something that offer over something like that to those lows, but really nothing like that happened, for which I truly appreciate. I truly like it. When silver holds its grounds, I mean when Nvidia holds its ground with this, but let's keep on watching it and see what's gonna happen for the coming weeks moving forward. So Nvidia is caught between Washington and Beijing as the US weighs tighter exports control. Look at this. On its most advanced energy, while China pushes for strength domestic AI capabilities. So it looks like China still wants to compete. I said I'm working. Kulu. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Which one? No, it's fine like this, Lumpo. No, I'll do it. Let me work, Nana. I'll do it, man. I'll do it. And leave that tape on top of the table, please. So, okay. Anyway, Nvidia's caught between Washington and G's weighted exports control needs most advanced technology while China pushing that. So China still needs to compete um, in the exports of, I mean, in the AI technology stuff. So I thought maybe Nvidia could have reacted somehow, but this is something that we should be looking at and keep watching on how Nvidia moves with this news. And we okay, we should also remember now it's earnings season. Earnings are coming out. JP Morgan beat expectations. Uh, Revenue it's up 46.77 billion, which the forecast was 46.25 billion. I think that people JP Morgan, I'm just gonna quickly look at just JP Morgan. That's the only one that I'm interested in for for the earnings today and see how the investors reacted on the news of JP Morgan, which JP Morgan has beat expectation. Oh, look at that. So JP Morgan beat expectations and it's down 4%. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. So revenue, oh yeah, now it makes sense. Revenue estimated was 4.63, estimated was 4.852, reported was 4.6, which earnings was low, revenue was also low by 368 million rand. So yeah, we see this reaction. Is there possibility of buying JP Morgan on support? Perhaps you could, but I am not looking into I'm not looking into JP Morgan for me. I was just interested into seeing the reaction after it failed to beat expectation. And I said it's ending season, so the market might be volatile. And in during the PM session, sometimes um, you do have any other news that come out during that time. Okay, we done with that. Look at it. So U.S. consumer inflation increases steadily, but household paying more for food and rents. Hence, Trump is Trump. So U.S. consumer pricing increase in December, lifted by higher costs for rent and food, as some of the related to government shutdown that had artificial lower inflation in November unwind sentiment, expecting that the Federal Reserve will leave interest rate unchanged this month. However, Mr. Trump, being Mr. Trump, he's suggesting that since it's expensive, hear what he said. Trump has made a flurry proposal to lower the cost of living, including banning institutional investors from buying single family homes, because he says investors buy these big family homes and they sell that at a higher price, which means higher mortgages, and and then consumers are left with no. I always forget this term. I don't know why. Are left with no petty cash to use. I don't know the way that I want in my mind, but it's not there. But anyway, they're overburdened with credit, and they really don't have much to use into. Really do not have much to use into the market and contribute to our GDP growth. It's you. And the phone is off. It's phone. It's off. Trump, go put it in my charger in my room. Okay. Nanda, go put it in my charger in the room. Stop crying. Phone is off, Nanda. Phone team, me. Oh, Christ. Phone team, go charge it in my room. Nanda, charger, it's in my room. Go with Trump. This guy is stubborn. I don't have a charger here. My charger's in my room. And this dude decides to be stubborn. Trump, go show him where the charger is. Go show Landa where the charger is. So, as I was saying, Trump, sorry about guys. So which overseas monetary finance giants, Freddie Mac, to purchase 200 billion of bond issued by two companies in bid to bring down mortgage rates, which I don't know if it will bring down mortgage rates. There's a lot we can discuss about this, but so I think with this, really, it shows that Trump wants to do something. I'm not going to speak about politics of it, but it is interesting. Trumpo, Maland, Maland, what's wrong? I'll beat Trumpo. And you stop crying. What did Trumpo do? So S&P 500 slips as JP Morgan stumbles, but cheap stocks gain on Intel and AMD surge. I told you that's earnings season. I think S&P 500 has been dragged down by JP Morgan, for which uh, as I said, for which JP Morgan has missed expectations, and you see a chart like this where it's down, and when you look at S&P 500, it is also. Malala, my phone is off. Go charge it. Problem aga o na le kgang, Landa. Okay. Yes. Okay, go to that church there. It's fine, Chombo. Give him, Chombo, give him, give him. So, as I was saying, we'll be doing this with my kids. Don't worry. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hmm. Like Malalo Rumulana, Shem. Eh, I don't know. You were using Motu. You have to look for it in the couch, behind the pillows. So, as I was saying, for S&P 500, I think I was speaking about S&P 500 due to JP Morgan mixed expectation. S&P 500 is down 0.2%, 0.7, 0.2%. It's down, but also S&P 500 Nasdaq is also down. And as I said, I was looking for the market to take out this low before we go back to the upside. We don't look to be doing that now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. We don't seem to be doing that. Trumpo. Ah, sis. So you're gonna drink like a boy, like a baby. Don't talk to me. So, as I said, don't forget if you have any questions, just jump on in the like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have anything, you can email me. Click the link in the bio. Look, you have this. One might argue that this is a 15 minutes fair value gap that you could look to push the market to down, but I'm not interested in it, to be honest. I think my main priority today was to get this low out and to look for a result to the upside. And it seems that I'm not getting that, and I'm not just really gonna jump into the market without that plan, because I was looking for it to take out the AM session low and to start looking for a result to the upside. But hey, buddy, this dude is not giving me anything. Look at that. It's holding that 50 minutes for value gap. Break below. Look for that low possibility as well. Let me mark this. I want to see something on the 5 minutes here. Because if I get a low here, close below, and leave a fair value gap in the 5 minutes, perhaps you could look for lower prices. But something like this, I don't like trading. Because you get a low and close below, where am I going to get the reaction to come back lower? I just don't like it, to be honest. It's holding the 3 minutes fair value gap. No, I don't like it. I'm not gonna force it. I don't like it. So until it takes out that low, I think I'm not interested in trading Nasdaq or US30 anyhow for today. But I think we've spoken about a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe on today's stream. I think we've discussed a lot today. And now on the day trading side, we're just gonna hold on and see and watch. But it looks like nothing is happening. And you know when nothing is happening, we call it a day early. It's already 10 o'clock. It's already 10 o'clock and nothing is happening. Oh, shucks, I didn't see this. Man, there's nothing at all. Sometimes these things will make you force things, man. Come take out that low, dude. Be the boss and take out the low. Show yourself and take out the low. Okay. As I said, if the market's not gonna take out the low, I'm gonna call it a day early. I'm gonna call it a day early. Just consolidating it. We got to move lower. I came back inside, didn't take out that low. So I'm not interested. How do we have discussed everything, man? Can't complain. Can't complain. Also, I will be starting to post on Facebook, but I'm still deciding on what to do. I'm busy doing a course here, so maybe when I'm complete, I'll start creating more news feed on Facebook. But for now, no, no, nah, nothing is happening, man. Nothing is happening. I was expecting this 1 hour to close above it, as I said earlier. If this 1 hour close above here, not holding, not holding this support here, maybe I could look for higher prices to that high, but it didn't do that because if it closed above, it means maybe it will be considering to look for continuation to the upside, to look for these highs and continue to the upside. But all those things, I'm not seeing that, so I don't think there's anything interesting for me that I can look at here. Also, look at the dollar, just yeah, dilly dallying. Is there any? Gosh, look on there. Is there any? Let me see something. Are there any innings? No, besides those one that I was going to see, like JP Morgan. Are there any innings tonight? Oh God, I'm tired. Okay, listen, gentlemen, I know I love being with you, but if nothing is happening, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm really gonna call it a day. I've loved for you to take out that low, honestly, but it's not happening. It's not gonna happen. Tomorrow, Bank of America Incorporation, Platinum Group. Okay. There's nothing that I need to. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a day, man. It's quite late now. Just now that it's rolling over. Ah, but being in a trade like this, it's hell. This was hell. Holding that to look for a trade lower. This is hell. No. There's nothing that I need to look at here. Yeah, no, today there wasn't nothing. Gonna call you a day, man. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Do not forget to like and subscribe as you are coming in late. You can see that we've changed slightly how we trade and how we discuss the market. Just tell me what you think and where to improve. Other than that, I love you all. Have a great day. This was Le Ahoro Fumo Show, and I love you all. Have a great day. Bye bye.